It was a very long winter. Those of you who were in Chicago that season will remember it well. It was as cold as anyone could remember. It snowed more than anyone could remember, or almost anyone, and it went on seemingly forever. People were making YouTube videos of throwing water or coffee into the air and watching it freeze mid-flight as the most fun one could have outside without dying. I was alone. For the first time in this lifetime, I lived on my own-some. My second marriage had gone the way of sewage. Not with a quick flush, but with a terrible long groan and heaving of bad plumbing, until at last it was away, never to be spoken of again. Down the toilet it swirled in a counterclockwise sadness of drinking and addiction. Not mine. Rage and abandonment, some but not all mine. Crying and hysterics, pretty much mine. My son had decided he did want to go to college after all, following a disappointing gap year because of financial issues. So we had duly packed him up and driven him south, or rather I had, and we had said our tearful, mine, not his, goodbyes. Thus, I was living alone for the first time ever, even at the ripe young age of 50-something or other. The worst winter ever seemed to perfectly match the internal landscape of one grieving voice teacher whose principal creative project of the previous 10 years, a rock and roll band with the now ex-husband, was gone, along with the union. Dans la toilette. Due to the atrocious weather and general malaise about leaving the house, period, among the population, singing students were hard to come by that winter. Only the hardiest and most committed showed up on my doorstep with any regularity. There were school closings and business closings and the closing of hearts, the stopping of opportunities. There were plenty of evenings spent sitting and staring into space. Sitting on the sofa, resisting the urge to Skype or text the kid too often, which required great restraint. There was the drinking of wine. Cheap wine. See earlier problem with students. Friends were busy with their families and spouses, the way they always seem surprisingly to be when one gets divorced. Not my first rodeo. But which, in fact, they just always were. It's just that you were too, so you didn't notice. Others were saddled with various other obligations like grad school or, God forbid, dating. Netflix reruns were placed on perpetual repeat. There was the show about a certain fictional dapper ad man from the 60s, and the modern adaptation of a classic British series about a certain brainy consulting detective, which, while inspirational in some ways, merely heightened the sense of doom in others. Books were strangely unsatisfying. Previously the most reliable respite, now jumbled words, barely cohesive. The frost-bitten earth seemed to be opening under the massive mountain of nasty gray, brown, yucky abominable snow ice into a deadly crevasse yawning directly beneath the body and soul of this well into middle age and hopelessly lost lass.
I was having a dream. I was hanging from a great height, afraid of letting go of this rope. I would fall and that would be it. And these two mythic creatures, one female, one male, kind of like angels, told me to just let go. And so I did, finally. And I fell through space, past the stars, into the atmosphere, plummeting down beneath the sky until I landed at last in a classroom. But not as a student, as a teacher. The classroom was full. Hello. Velma, you know you're supposed to be here now, right? You don't want to get wet. Is it raining out? It's like 40 below. There's snow everywhere. You don't want to take a shower and then go outside. You feel like you'll die. Okay, well that's funny because I feel like I'll die if I get one more cancellation. Okay, Velma, well that's understandable. Well, see, this is a makeup lesson from the last time you canceled because of the snow and the cold and the ice, and so, I mean, it's February. I don't think it's going to get better anytime real soon. Maybe May? I mean, I have no control over the weather. No, you do not either. So true. And you don't want to inflict your smell on me. Nobody wants that. Okay, Velma. Well, I'm going to have to charge you, Velma. Velma? Hello? Hey, how you doing? No, I just had another cancellation. I mean, what am I going to do? Every single student this week has canceled. No one's going anywhere. It's like Arctic out. Not like it's actually Arctic. Yeah, well, I don't want to go anywhere either, but the cupboards are bare. I've already gone through the kids' whole stockpile in the freezer. Oh, I didn't get to tell you about my latest concoction. Oh, okay. So I took the last can of tuna fish and I mixed it with a can of cream of mushroom soup and I ate it with the last of the potato chips. No, it was like a dip. A warm, weird dip. It was actually okay. It was kind of like something you'd find in my mother's Pillsbury cookbook. Yeah, you're telling me. Well, when I die from having no food, from having no students, I'll have to send out the dogs to find me over the icy tundra of Albany Park up Western Avenue with jolly fucking dog sleds. Well, that sounds like fun. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, okay, I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. Oh, by the way, this is Justin. Justin is not really here because this is a solo show. So he's a figment of my imagination. A musical figment. Now that sounds like something my mother would say. She was musical. Speaking of which, it's the first anniversary of her passing. That's not exactly helping. Mom used to drink too much, but not a true alkie. That was Dad. I was so superior, although I knew that she was simply sad. Bright and sparkly by day, bright with bluest eyes until the end. An extraordinary woman, difficult, creative, beautiful, and critical, and whimsical and natural and punishingly critical, unable to have friends. Now I'm 55 years old. Now I understand. Now I'm permanently blue. I've given up on men like you. I'm lonely, wine drinking, lonely wine drinking, all alone at night in the winter dark. Lonely wine drinking, moaning and thinking. Tell me, is it secretly true? You're lonely wine drinking too. I don't know how it happened. When did it all start? Was it the second divorce that broke my heart? That broken heart, again, the broken heart. Maybe. Perhaps that was it. At least the icing on the cake. The emptiness, the winter shit. No more judgment on my mom I'll make. 'Cause I'm lonely wine drinking, stewing and stinking, all alone at night on the sofa in the dim light, watching stupid Netflix, reading without understanding, wondering what happened to my youth, my beauty. Was it even real? Regretting choices, mostly about men I married. Thanks, Dad, for setting that up really well. Delving into questions, has my life been empty? Did I take care of everyone else and let myself go all to hell? Lonely wine drinking, won't you join me someday? Perhaps I'll see you at an art opening. I'll have a glass in my hand, just like Mom would too. 'Cause I do my share of lonely wine drinking. Moontide, that feeling behind your eyes. The ocean is greater than you are. Full fathom fade, you have to keep coming back up for air to survive. Peering through the verdigris sheen of black brine, flicks of silver scales, a glimpse of shine from above, about to be sky. Is there hope in those clouds? Are they even there? I flick my siren's tail, struggling in the shallows, because I just don't know any better. The tide drips down again. The swirl, the swish of fishes, mollusks, undercurrents of edibles, Ophelia's seaweed dress. The black swan's feathers are swathed in the slick of death, their failed unfurling, the sound of stilettos skidding on a glass-polished floor. I weep over repeated endings, transformation's tattoo, that shaping, unabated, fixating, fabricating, a never-ending nautilus, spiraling toward the cavernous abyss. You swim toward it, believing, not believing. There is something other than the certainty of darkness. Something was needed, desperately, but quick. So, I did the only thing any decent, self-respecting, reasonably intelligent person would do. I visited an astrologer. For entertainment purposes only, of course. So, how are you feeling the 15th of March? The 15th of March? Are we talking the Ides of March here? I don't know why. You've been having some depression. That's not over, but I see a clearing. You do? Yeah, but not over. Oh, okay. Are you getting your B's? My B's? Yeah. B6, B12, your vitamin B's, because your head doesn't turn off at night. That eats all your B's. Oh, I thought you meant bees, like bzzz. You're funny. I told you that. Let me ask you this. Why are you spending so much time promoting other people? You should be doing that for yourself. To be clear, I was hosting a bi-monthly event for singers at a local cabaret space that I promoted endlessly, it seemed. What? Do what for myself? Promote yourself. You have talent. Your talent is strong, but you hide the background. I do. I mean, I guess I kind of do. Well, I mean, not really. I host the singer salon, so not really in the back. I hide. You know what I'm talking about. Are you auditioning? Acting? No, I've been doing the band, remember? Okay, then you can do it now. You should be auditioning. You have some opportunities coming up. Now, in a Walter Mitty moment, I'm thinking, is she talking about some amazing opportunity like I'm the next Meryl in a few years accepting my Academy Award amongst the cheers of my Hollywood peers? I mean, we are both cancers. Or is she talking about another opportunity to appear in an off-loop storefront theater for next to no pay that local reviewers don't even show for? I mean, that's what I'm thinking, but I'm not going to say that. So I say, like, what kind of opportunities? You have some opportunities coming up. It depends. How do you see it in your vision? In my vision, I just want to stop sobbing on the sofa. That's the big dream at the moment. Her words rattled around in my brain like a caffeinated hamster on a greased wheel. I had not auditioned in many moons. I didn't have headshots. I didn't have resumes. Had I been thinking about this in the back of my mind? Maybe. Had I rejected it, rethought about it, and rejected it again? Yes. Was this wee push just what the doctor ordered, or in this case, the astrologer? Possibly. But what if I'm too old? Maybe it's too late. I mean, the theater, where it all began, would be like coming home again. It would be like coming alive. You can hide, but you can be revealed in your hiding. You can be transformed. So why not? Bring it on. I mean, I've been performing all these years. I still look young-ish, I foolishly thought. I mean, some people are still attracted to me, at least some older men, despite putting out the no, not interested vibe due to PTDS, post-traumatic divorce syndrome. I mean, I could probably pass for being in my mid-40s, I foolishly thought. And anyway, listen to me. It's not all about looks, right? And there's got to be some parts for a woman my age. I foolishly thought. So, I get my act together with headshots and resumes and 16 bars. And I hightail it to my first audition in 20-something years. Season auditions for a group of theaters on the north side. And I walk in, and I survey the room, and my stomach drops because I forgot. It's not just the audition. It's the before the audition. Let me set the scene for you. The walls and floors are lined with fledgling actors standing, crouching, lying in every imaginable position. Headshots to the ready. Some feigning coolness, others barely concealing terror. I am among these. Still others actually confident, maybe. I don't know, maybe they're just better at acting in the waiting area. They are hunched, they are crunched, they are lunching. They're drinking water from plastic water bottles. That was never a thing in the 80s. And another thing that never happened in the 80s, they are all about the same age as my son. Like 20, only they look 12. They don't know what to make of me on this side of the audition table. Oh my God, are there actually non-union actors who are old like she is? That will never happen to me. Yeah, right. Sure it won't. And they are chatting. Oh, the chatterers. I hate the chatterers. I forgot about the chatterers. You have to understand, some of us, albeit probably the minority, but some of us are actually actor introverts. Yes, we are the strange creatures among the strange creatures who came to acting because it was the next best thing to fantasizing. It was a way to talk to people with an actual script, preferably with accents or funny voices. It was a way to make connections that could not be made in any other way, because how do you even do that? It was a place and a time to pour all your emotions that would not lead to more drama in your already highly dramatic, dysfunctioning home, one that not one more bit of drama would hold. And so your emotions went into poetry and song and painting and drawing and actual drama. And it was good. Life became okay, even wonderful during those moments on stage. But off stage, before and after, not so much. And the worst, the absolute worst, was the waiting with other actors, both known and unknown, before the audition. Actors in groups, largely extroverted, and on top of it, showing off, one-upping, or basically networking with each other, while at the same time trying to psych each other out. Girlfriend, I haven't seen you since we starred opposite each other in Hamilton, not the musical, at theater in your backyard. What did you do to your hair? I'm starring in an all-new, bi-curious production of 50 Shades of Everything, and my agent just got me an audition for a co-starring role on Chicago Fire as a fireman. Oh my God, Jessa, that is really amazing. Well, as a matter of fact, I'm appearing in an all-woman mashup of Zombie David Copperfield at Bitches Rule Theater, directed by my boyfriend. And I'm being flown out to LA to audition for the role of Kitten in a feature film called Smitten. I'm so excited to see you. Mwah. Mwah. So, long story short, I do the audition. It goes okay. I do a bunch of auditions, and lo and behold, I start to get callbacks. At first, I'm thrilled. I haven't acted in all these years, and I'm already getting callbacks. Sweet. One day, I get a callback from a group, very reputable, and the same day I get an offer from another group. They're both sending me original scripts. I'm so happy. I'm freaking ecstatic. I mean, it looks like I'll be doing something. I've got an offer. I'll be rehearsing something in the summer. I'll be opening something in the fall, thus averting an early death. The maybe not so cool part is that on close perusal of these scripts, it would appear the parts I'm being offered are for women quite a bit older than I actually am. I mean, quite a bit. Now, I have nothing against older people. I plan to be one of them someday, but I'm still holding out hope that there are parts for a woman my age. Let us not forget that crucial point. These parts are for women in their 70s or older. Now, that same summer, I'm cast in a short film in the role of God, and we know how old she is. So now I'm fairly freaked out. My initial joy and sense of triumph is seriously called into question. I'm on the phone with my best friend, who was an actor back in the day, saying, "What the hell? Is this the actual deal?" I mean, maybe I don't know who or what I am after all. What would it be like without a voice? What is that then? The sound of rain on pavement sings anyway. You don't have to make a sound. But if the sound is what's alive about you, what if that rain on pavement crushing by unknown driver was your own knowing you existed? The last ephemera of shushing wind of night holds the only love you'll ever have. Wind of night holds the only love you'll ever have. Hey, oh well, I gave up on that. Remember, love is shit. Fuck love. I hate love with its bullshit. Trying to let somebody in. Trying to get somebody out. No, I can't correct myself. I said no. I can't crack myself. I said no. I can't crack myself that wide again and stay around. I open up to trying every damn day. My heart stinks of it. All the reaching, all the caring, all that heart-crushing caring. Fuck. Turn it off, man. It's too much. You can't keep crying, or can you? I said you can't keep crying, or can you? I said you can't keep crying, or can you? I am just speechless. I am just voiceless. Maybe I'm being silenced for real.
Perhaps we should mention that the sofa depression of the previous winter had not been completely bereft of creative thoughts. While I was watching Mad Men reruns and Sherlock downloads umpteenth times, I realized that, wow, TV has gotten really good. This ain't the Waltons. A creative project was needed, most desperately at the moment. I had been the lead singer in a band for 10 years with Mr. Second X, who was the lead guitar player.
Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, guitar players, no. Just no. Trust me.
Songs had been shaped, poetry poised. Where would they live now? That singer salon certainly had enormous comic potential. Yes, the auditioning, the lure of theatrical promise was food for the spirit, albeit infused with ode to rejection, and now with a dollop of ageism plopped atop it like last week's Cool Whip. I started to sling those ideas around in my brain like hash in an oily skillet at a cheap diner in the 50s. At first, they were just bouncing around in there with the dust bunnies of loneliness and Elizabeth Moss. But some bits started to grow like mold on an orange in a 6th grade science experiment.
Too much?
A white, flourish, possibly antiseptic, probably healing substance was fermenting, a stew of humor and pathos with songs. But what was it exactly? It was some kind of a comedy. We needed the escape from the months of isolation and the ever-dreaded off-return of the ex's texts. But most importantly, it was a story about a woman my age getting divorced. Divorces are funny. The lead character is a singer who writes songs to sort out her life. And she's a voice teacher, so her life is like a comedy with the crazy students and the crappy exes and the...
A tragic comedy, maybe.
Okay, yeah. Or more accurately, yes. Maybe it was going to be a blog or a vlog.
Vlog. Or an epilogue. Or a monologue. Or just a slog out of the fog. Well, the question remains, what happens to middle-aged women in plays, films, and streaming Netflix series? I'll tell you what happens to her. Nothing, because she doesn't exist. You see, 20-somethings play 20-somethings, or sometimes they play teens due to the difficulty of dealing with underage talent. 30-somethings are played by 20-somethings, and 40-somethings are played by 30-somethings, and 50-somethings aren't really even there, or if they are, not very much. And then they're played by 40-somethings, early 40-somethings. Apparently no one in casting even knows what a 50-something woman looks like. And so, between the 40-something parts and the geriatric roles, there's this big gap. Women disappear and reemerge later as the sweet grandmother or the toothless hag on the street, the soothsayer, the crone, if you will, the cat lady. Now, I'm looking forward to playing the cat ladies. I am not down with being a kindly, quirky grandmother. But if those are my only choices already, kind of depressing. I mean, what am I? I'm not a senior citizen. Am I still middle-aged? What does that even mean? I'm older. Older than what? I'm certainly not younger. Am I, I'm mature. Ha! Am I a old middle-aged person? A young senior? See, this is stupid. I am a woman who has seen some shit. I have done some things. In other words, I am your superior. Unless you happen to be one such as me. In all the colors and all the walks of life, we are the ones getting shit done in the emotional labor and just plain living department. Oftentimes while having and raising babies and sometimes grandbabies, while holding down jobs for less pay. All the TV shows should be about us. I mean, where are the stories about strong older women starting over and coming to terms with their careers or their shitty relationships? I'm a vital woman. When I was young once, I was a train wreck. But I was young. Just put her right there. Poem to my younger self. I protest. I am alive. I rattle not in death's prelude, but in mapping of years which have left me full yet longing. Longing, not greedy. Reaching for life's promise to be fulfilled. When spring awakens me, do I not feel the sap rising as any young buck on the street? Fuck yeah. Do you think I would lie down and die for you because of a melancholy state of mind? A morbid past? A too somber, youthful trifle intimidate me? Fuck no. Have some respect. I could slap you at the task of my experience, with my hard-won wisdom, with my twice-baked virtue. I stand tall before you, and not bowed and not broken. Cracked, perhaps, yes. Chipped and worn. Still shiny. Shiny with use. Still bright. Bright with hope. Awakened with awareness. Alive with imaginings. In the journey. I am fully engaged. And you, my dear, you seem quite lost. I'm better now. I'm better now. Maybe not everyone gets better as they get older. Maybe some get bitter, like Betty Botter's butter. But I did come alive again. I managed to emerge from the winter of disconnect and replug into the lost current that was my life's blood. Making shit, writing stuff, and daring to make a fool of myself in the realm of the weird. And funny thing, I found myself surrounded by strong older women doing amazing things with their lives. And we are just getting started. I don't know, why was I waiting for somebody else to write a story about a woman my age? There was story here that had to be storied. And so I did the only thing any reasonable woman my age with a tale to tell could do. I made a TV show about my divine, crappy, ludicrous life. About a voice teacher whose son was off to college and she has crazy students and insane exes. I dubbed it Callie Solo. The names were changed to protect the guilty. And then I made this solo show about everything leading up to the TV show, which morphed into a web series because how am I going to make a TV show? I got no connections, no contacts, and no cash. But I have some very talented friends, and I have a wee bit of crazy, maybe more than a wee bit. Turns out that's all you need to make a web series.
Callie solo web series on YouTube. Please subscribe to watch all 6 spine-tingling episodes, or go to wendyparmanvoice.com for more information. Callie solo web series may cause sleeplessness, vertigo, heart palpitations, or suicidal thoughts. Ask your doctor if Callie solo web series is right for you.
So, ladies, what are you going to do before you're too tired to get up from your chair? Gentlemen, too, of course. But ladies, what are you going to do with the rest of your lives? I'm not saying go make a web series. Only a lunatic would do that. But I am saying we need your voices, your struggles, our shared journey, as told by us. Especially the baby boomers, the empty nesters, the lonely wine drinkers. And that's why I'm reassembling Fragments of Heartbreak here. My mother came to me at the end of a yoga session where we were working on the power chakra. A great golden light emanated out of the center of my being, radiating from my solar plexus. And whoosh, my mom came running. She took my hand and took off like light. And I followed behind, anxiously thinking, never going to be able to keep up with her. But suddenly, she released my hand and said, "You don't have to anymore." And I thought, okay, I can just relax and take it easy. But instead, I flew up to the sky like a shot, free.
Azure echoed from her throat, resonating from depth,
Ringing the air, yet still in the body, like an ocean being itself. She opened and the light poured, numinous, elemental. It had the smell of earth, shimmering, dancing on waves of sound. Can a light sing? Well, if a day can break, if a heart can dare to love again and again like a guileless child, why not? Why not? We feet of clay, God's playthings, human fragility, a cracked bell, a disguise, scouring ourselves out for another dawning. We wonder why, but do it anyway. There's darkness out there, you say, and hurt. So much I say, and inside it's the same. When the light allows, do, let it escape. A flame glinting across the water, bite upon the vast density of feeling and memory, thrumming the drone of questions and wonder, relinquishing the discord agony has deposited in your veins, filling your odyssey with song.